Welcome to week 1 of Lent Reflections, a time where we're exploring the Beatitudes together and thinking about the question, what does it mean to be human? Thank you so much for prioritising and giving up these few minutes in your day. I know they're really precious. Today we're going to be exploring the Beatitudes together. We're going to look at the first part, and over the coming weeks we're going to begin to unpick what Jesus was trying to tell us about being human. Before we begin, I'm just going to leave a moment of pause, just for you to gather your thoughts, to get comfortable, and then I'm going to say a prayer for us as we begin thinking about the first part of the Beatitudes. Dear God, as we enter this time of reflection now, we pause to be still, to breathe slowly, and to allow ourselves to be open to what you might be trying to say to us. Amen. So, like the first disciples, we're making a bit of time in our week to listen to the words of Jesus. At the beginning of his most famous sermon, known as the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus commends 8 beautiful qualities. These are almost his first words and at the very heart of his teaching. Each quality is set within a blessing, and every blessing is set within a promise, and these are words of joy and hope. So I pray that this morning, or whenever you're listening to this, that these words would bring joy and hope to you. So I'm going to read you what it says in Matthew 5 verse 3. This is the very first part of the Beatitudes. It says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And I'm going to read that again. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I wonder what images, what thoughts that come into your mind when you hear those words. I also found the Message version of WOW, so a different translation, which says, "You're blessed when you're at the end of your rope. With less of you, there is more of God in your life." So as I did a bit of thinking about this, and this is something I want us to consider today, about what it means to be poor in spirit. And actually, as I reflected on it, poor in spirit really means that they're people who don't have it all together. They're people who recognise their need, that they need support and they need encouragement, and they're people who reach out for help if they need it. It's kind of the opposite of pride and arrogance and just thinking that, you know, you've got it all sorted out and you'll be just fine. It's allowing yourself to show those areas that perhaps aren't as full as they could be, and actually finding that freedom in being real and honest, and actually ultimately realising that nobody has it all together. Don't they say that nobody has it all together, just some people are better at hiding it than others. So I want us to reflect on that today, really, that actually poor in spirit means they're people who know what help they need, and then they're not afraid to go and find that help or reach out to the right people. So just spend a moment on the next slide considering these questions to help with your reflection. So what things came to your mind when you're thinking about being poor in spirit? How easy is it to ask for help? Who in your school community might need support? So can you identify people who are poor in spirit at the moment, and what help might they need? And lastly, who might you need to reach out to for help? What might you need to do today? So that's the end of our time. I said it would be really short, but I really pray that you'd be blessed in reaching out for help and helping others today. Take care and have a great day and a great week.